Francois Martel enters as the defending champion off a dominating season in 2023B. However, he has the chasing pack behind him, including former champions Josh Klog and Alex Abetti. Pudgy's Racing is looking to go for 2 in a row in the Constructors' Championship, but everything is shaken up in NASA's Premier Series. We see the debut of the second-tier NASA Rallycross contenders as well. I say it all the time, but what will happen tonight? We'll find out together. Twice! The Scottish Grand Prix is next. Our venue for this evening is the virtual Knockhill circuit. Opened in 1974, North American Simulated Auto Racing started visiting this circuit in 2022A. 0.86 miles in length with 6 corners in total, 5 to the right and 1 to the left. The lap begins with a climb up the hill and an immediate plunge down Duffus Dip. The road angles away slightly, so we will notice cars using all the green AstroTurf on corner exit. Immediately following Duffus Dip is the signature dirt section, 1 lane and extremely bumpy. It'll require the driver's peak focus to not end up in the barrier at any point. The Joker is a longer lap here in Knockhill, but watch out on the merge. The Joker merges together with the final corner in the regular course traffic, and many collisions have happened here. For the first time ever, the NASA Rallycross Challenge will have 2 divisions. Our field is split by dirt road I rating. Any driver under 3,000 will race in contenders, while anyone over is in the supercars division. But in true NASA fashion, we do things a bit differently. The top 3 drivers from this race, the contenders, will transfer up to the supercars night show to race for the sportsman honors and maybe overall as well. In contenders, we have 15 cars that we split into 4 heat races. These heat races are 6 laps, and you must have to take the Joker lap once. The winner in second place will transfer through to the feature and receive 3 bonus points and 2 bonus points respectively. The rest of our competitors will be funneled into the semifinal round. 5 laps, Joker once, and the winner transfers out of each. Those drivers will receive 1 bonus point, while the drivers that do not make the feature will be awarded points 11th to 15th. This sets the grid for a 10-car, 10-lap feature race where the points are awarded and trophies are given out. Unique to NASA Rallycross, 2 Jokers are taken during the feature. In the supercar class, the lap count and Jokers are the same. We'll have 9 entries along with our 3 contenders that transfer up. This results in a 12-car field split into 3 heat races. After the top 2 transfer out of each race, we are left with a 5-car semifinal to determine who will be the top 2 to transfer to that feature. It'll give us 8 cars to race for glory later tonight. The 29th season of the NASA Rallycross Challenge begins tonight with Bryan Sawyer in the production truck, 2016A and 2017A champion Cody Erdmann in the studio, and 2022A Sportsman Class champion Justin Robichaud next to me in the commentary box. My name is Josh Mertz as we welcome you to the 4th running of the Scottish Grand Prix. The NASA Rallycross Challenge is brought to you by Overwatch Specialty Service. Overwatch Specialty Service. The only thing more unique than your problem is our solution. For more information, visit osscenter.com. And thank you so much to Rob Hartland for your continued and enhanced support. We'll get to that in a minute of the NASA Rallycross Challenge. Our coverage on ASN tonight also brought to you by NordVPN. For up to 63% off a 2-year plan, visit nordvpn.com/ASNTVUSA. Our cameras for the entire season provided by TrackCams22.com. And finally, our intro music was produced by our very own Alex Abetti. As Cody, a new season, first time we've split. We've been here since the start and can recall only having 5 cars for some races. We don't have too much time till we get rolling, but what's your thoughts on tonight?
Yeah, looking forward to everything. It's gonna be nice to, especially this contender series, being able to highlight kind of essentially the sportsman class that we've always been. They were kind of in a way, a little bit overshadowed by the kind of the front runners. Sometimes they're not being able to keep up, but now they're gonna be their forefront here for the next hour till we get to the pro class. So, looking forward to see who can kind of shine and work their way into the pro class Saturday night.
And Justin, a newer member of NASA compared to Cody, what are your thoughts about tonight?
Oh, hey, I'm like super excited. So this is my first season outside of the car, really, if you think about it, and up in the booth. So a bit bittersweet there, but overall, like very, very high excitement. We've got our first OSS factory team. We've got Evan McFarlane and Francois Martel. So 2 huge heavy hitters. Should be an excellent season, and I'm so excited to be here and share it with you, Josh.
As battle for pole position, 36.776 for Cody Winecki, 36.810 for Jess Rakowski. They were 3 and 4 tenths respectively faster than Chris Wetz. Matthew Lind and Josh Darnell rounds out the top 5. We'll take a look at our grid for heat number 1. Here for contenders, Winecki on pole, Darnell, Ed Boyles, and Cody Crosgrove, former sportsman champion. And fun fact for Crosgrove, he showed up about 5 minutes ago. I don't know how much practice he has, but it'll be certainly interesting to watch the man from Canada get this going. Super, super excited. And we're not even to the first heat race yet, but to see 2 Rallycross series, I say it every week. 11 years ago, we're running 2 series now, guys. I don't know what to do. We're getting ready for this first heat race. You can hear me smiling as we get ready here in Scotland. Green flag off the line. Winecki got a good start in the first phase. Wheel spin for Darnell in the first phase down to the first corner. Winecki will clear him. Will he? Darnell looked to the outside, thought better of it. Side by side, Boyles and Crosgrove down to the second corner. Duffus dip. Make sure you keep the right sides on that grass to grip around the corner. Otherwise, Justin, very tricky through the dirt here.
You're right, super tricky, and the car gets really unsettled as you come in. It's hard right-hander, but you really need to take the corner blind because you've got to get that car rotated early so you can point it. You get on the power hard here, but keep the car straight, like you said, Josh. It's very unsettled. The car easily wants to rotate and get into those deathly tire barriers, Josh.
At the end of the first lap, Winecki leads ahead of Darnell. Boyles into the fence in the final corner in the 38. So he will go to the semifinal. And there's no joker on the first lap here in Scotland because you're technically, you haven't finished the first lap. So makes a little bit of a difference. We've seen so many drivers make that mistake in the past. Darnell looked to the inside of Winecki. Winecki missed that grip strip in turn 1 there, Justin.
Yeah, he did. He's slowed up a little bit, and he's giving a bit of time away. You have to assume somebody's going to take their joker here. And Darnell, if he sees Winecki, he has to pull off and not take it himself. They got to stagger this, and he goes right off. There he goes.
Crosgrove follows Darnell into the joker on lap number 2. Much deeper on the brakes. Former sportsman champion for Crosgrove.
I wouldn't have done the same thing. I wouldn't have pulled in there because now he's got to drive behind Darnell, and he's got no option now to get past him other than to pass him on the track. So we'll see if he's getting an opportunity here, Josh.
Winecki ran a 38.
Oh, and he's hard on the brakes.
38.3 that last time around for Winecki. 4.5 seconds. Call it 4 3/4. Ahead of Darnell. Contact with the dirt between Darnell and Crosgrove. Crosgrove, opportunistic move, and they both ping pong off of these tire barriers.
Oh, and Cody Crosgrove is he comes out the worst in that whole scenario, and now he's back and just chasing the info.
And that's just the situation. If I take a look off monitor, Darnell was over, and it just goes from bad to worse as I'm taking a look off monitor. Didn't pay attention to Crosgrove with his incident there. But you think you can go for that gap, Justin. Door closes, and especially in the dirt, it's a done deal.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, Josh, that only happened because he took that joker with him and put himself behind him in a scenario. He could have been out of there later if he would have just been a bit patient. Maybe he has a couple better laps and he can do his joker later and come out ahead. But yeah, just
Winecki jokers.
Yep, heads out.
In the 9. Changed from the 903 to the 9. Remember, he won in Bark River last season, became the first sportsman driver since 2019 to win overall. And Winecki takes 2 laps to go in heat number 1. He's ahead now of Josh Darnell in the 0.29. So Darnell took his joker when Crosgrove followed him. Crosgrove, it's going from bad to worse. So I don't want to say this race is run, but this race is practically run, although Darnell slides it in turn 1. So we'll bring Cody in here. So I guess I want to hear your thought on that Crosgrove versus Darnell.
Yeah, that's something especially that I learned last night when we were in the lights race, that whole dirt section is almost kind of like a street course feel because you got the tire barriers on both sides. So it's super easy to think you can make a pass, but there's not much room for error. And unfortunately, as we saw, Crosgrove tried pushing the issue. Kind of bit him. So I think he'll put that one in the memory bank and try to get to the LCQ.
37.1 for Winecki, 43.9 for Darnell with that incident, and Crosgrove 38.6. So half a lap to go, less than that for Cody Winecki in car number 9. Going to etch his name in the record books as the first pole sitter in NASA Rallycross contenders. Winecki wins heat number 1. And Josh Darnell rounds the final couple of corners. to transfer as best of the rest Crosgrove and Ed Boyles.
What a fantastic little race. They got separated pretty early. And let's check the running order here again real quick. Results.
Winnecke, Darnell, Crosgrove, Boyles. That's going to be some interesting stuff in the in the semifinal, especially with Crosgrove there.
Yeah, and these smaller races are proving to be
good luck,
almost
everybody.
more exciting. So let's see if that continues into the next one here.
As Jess Rakowski on pole position, graphics aren't working for some reason there. Matty Grove, Vinnie Sowers, and Solomon Borschinger getting ready for heat number 2 here in Scotland. Green flag off the line, even start, almost looked like it. Rakowski pulls Grove in the second phase down to the first corner. Sowers and Borschinger in third and fourth down to the first corner. Duffus step, Rakowski hits the curb, pushes wide, nearly into Grove. Did they make contact? As Sowers into Borschinger in the 191 and the 365. They make contact in turn number 2. And Jess Rakowski beginning to pull away. Second is the difference already from the 999 to the 472. And I think Vinnie Sowers and Borschinger there, Justin, probably got some form of suspension damage as they made contact in turn 1.
Yeah, and Jess Rakowski's a bit squirrely on the exit there in the dirt section. Just got to take it easy. Good little gap on that here. Just needs to take a deep breath and ride this out. I would expect her to take. Honestly, it's so weird. Knockhill's a track where I never know when to take the Joker personally. I usually do it on the fly. I think at this point...
Rakowski way wide in turn 2, Justin. Sorry to cut you off.
No, gives it open to Matty.
Grove took the spot. We ride on board the 472. Defending sportsman champion, I might add. And therefore, technically, you can count him as a contenders, I guess. Contenders champion. As he was best in that class last season. Willie Joker, he won't. He does.
Oh, he made the decision.
That's going to kill him, though. That's going to kill him, though.
Kills time. You're right.
You need to have the foot to the floor. You need to be committed when you exit the dirt in order to make that move.
Yeah, and but again, and he comes out here, merges. Oh wow, very close, Vinnie Sowers.
As Grove holds the second spot, Rakowski out front. A couple additions to JC Simsport, and again, I'm trying not to be biased, but 2 of my cars in this heat race. Hey,
I'll be saying the same thing, Josh.
As the growth of NASA Sim Racing obviously resulting in this second series, and it's incredible, and I'll probably say that 9 times each race tonight. Rakowski Jokers in the 999, way wide, deep on the brakes, locked it up in the 999. Here comes Grove in the 472. Will they make contact? They won't. Rakowski holds the spot, and that's a missed opportunity for Grove when he let off the throttle there, I think.
Yeah, I think so, and in the grand scheme, it doesn't look like it would have
way
made
off
all
the track,
but definitely kills momentum here, and he's off again, just trying to chase, driving a bit too hard. As
Borschinger and Sowers battling for the 3rd position, they both have jokered here, and we talk about last season and NASA in the past couple seasons, with the way the gridding is, you finish 3rd, that's a good spot for the semifinal, a grid spot. So these guys still have that race to run.
Absolutely, absolutely. Finishing 3rd is where I got some of my early wins, actually. Set yourself up for a good turn 1 down in your LCQ, and then you can just ride off into the sunset, and that's a very strong possibility.
Not missing anything up front. 2 laps to go. Rakowski ahead of Grove. We still look at this battle for the 3rd spot between Vinnie Sowers and Solomon Borschinger.
There, but Borschinger's right. Oh, and over-rotated the car a bit early. Gets into the grass, and looks like they're just going to call it a night.
He hit the sausage curb in turn 1, and that's just a pinch too far to rotate the car.
Yeah, if you do that while the wheel is rotated a bit too much, and you just slam the wheel down, it that's a lot.
You take the white flag for Jess Rakowski, Matty Grove. Much calmer than the 6 and 7 car heats in supercars last season. As Grove looks like he hit the grip pretty well in turn 2. I think Rakowski hit it as well. Looks like the track's maybe gripping up. It looked like the right rear really gripped the dirt for Grove. Over-rotated just a pinch.
Very smooth in the dirt section right there. Just laser focus. Just wants this win big time.
Heat 2, Jess Rakowski in the 999. Matty Grove will transfer as the defending sportsman champion as best of the rest. Vinnie Sowers and Solomon Borschinger.
I know she's happy with that. That's a solid win for Jess Rakowski right there. Just drove away with it. Vinnie Sowers will be basically our pole sitter in the LCQ as well. So that's a great position to be in. Oh, pole sitter, sorry, they'll be second place.
Has heat number 3, Chris Wetz, Matty Morris, David Douthwaite, and Jake Robichaud. And the man who is always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Cody, if they start going green before you can finish your point here, what do you think Chris Wetz has to do to finally seal a championship?
Find that horseshoe somewhere. But this was probably one of his best chances in a very long time to be able to secure one, as he's third fastest.
As we get ready for heat number 3, of course, we still have 10 weeks left, but Chris Wetz, one of the fastest guys out of the sportsman class last season. Green flag. What a start compared to Morris on the front row. Side by side, Douthwaite with Morris down to the first corner. Wetz loves this in the 71. He's out and away from the rest of the field. Douthwaite loses the second spot. Around goes Jake Robichaud in the 69. Comes across, doesn't hit anybody, and he stays in the 4th spot. Now, I think this battle is going to be for the transfer between Morris and Douthwaite in the 155.
Douthwaite is definitely hanging on tight to Morris here through this section.
What's
Chris Wetz is
super
driving away with it.
Speaking of Wetz, super interesting. Out of the almost 30 entries across both series, he is the only Volkswagen in the upper 2 series. Of course, Lights is only Beetle Lights, but Wetz, the only Volkswagen car. Very, very surprising, to be honest. That field shrank from about 5 to just him. Morris into the wall in the 24, but Wetz the only veto, Justin.
Leaving it open for Douthwaite right here. And just a bit of hesitation there in the dirt section will do it. And it's a spot you want to hesitate anyways. There's no moves to be made here, so the right call. It's tough on the left side of the dirt there. On the grass, sorry.
Wetz doesn't joker. Morris, Douthwaite follows him. Morris locks up.
And but there's an opportunity here still to make time because they're not so close together. So it looks like he's still going to have to try and pass him anyways. So I think it's the right call.
As I was going off on a tangent about how Wetz is the only Volkswagen, and completely ignored we had a battle for the second spot. So my apologies there. Just a pinch rusty here, but we're figuring it out together. And yeah, so what are your thoughts on Wetz being the only Volkswagen across about 30 cars as he takes the jump?
I don't want to say it's insulting, but I think that poor little Beetle just doesn't get enough love. I won my 2022 A Sportsman Championship with the Beetle, so it's got a nice little place.
Nearly contact on the merge.
Ooh, that was real spicy, real close. But great job on both of them. Kept it super clean. But back to Wetz being the only Volkswagen. Like I said, that poor car. I think it's just underappreciated. Francois Martel showed everybody. I forget the season exactly. It was a few seasons ago. That car's fast. It can make it fast if you drive it right. And, I think Wetz is going to show everybody that it's the car to beat. I think he's going to have a good time with everything and be a top 3 driver. Oh my God! The corner
in the final
nice and
corner.
Holds up Jake Robichaud there.
Nearly. So the 69 has yet to joker, but if these two start to squabble, will the 24 Morris? He's really close to them, so if they really start battling, Wetz light entry, or should say the car's light on entry there. Almost thought he was going to lose it in the 71, rounding turn 2.
Yeah, Robichaud just has to get out of the way now. I hate to say it, not just get out of the way, but he just has to get his strategy out of the way and get out of this traffic. He's almost doing himself a favor if he jokers right now. Just gets that strategy out of the way and gets away from these guys.
Coming to the white flag. He does take the joker. Wetz from Texas. His last lap was a 38.4. This last lap, 37.7, compared to Morris, 37.9. No battle for third. Jake Robichaud holds it over Douthwaite in the 155. But Wetz looking good for this Heat 3 win. Rounding turn 2 through the dirt.
And Matthew Morris is just a lot of damage there in the front. It's almost giving a little time away.
37.9 has to be the 0.2 difference. Wetz goes into the final couple of corners. Final corner. Wetz wins Heat 3 in the 71. Ahead of Matthew Morris in the 24s. Best of the rest will be Robichaud and Douthwaite.
And Robichaud coming in third. We'll put him, again, one of those next contenders, next in line in the LCQ, which is coming up here very shortly. We got our first one going off.
So a 3-car heat race. Our final heat race of the evening. Matthew Lind, Eric Dubois, and Olivier Rateau. And once my cameras decide to work internally here. They're all frozen. I don't know what's happening. So welcome to live TV, everybody. But it seems like everything's frozen on my end. As Justin, apologies. Take this.
Oh no, we'll get it. Well, my cameras are actually gone as well. I see what's going on.
Or as Rateau onto
into the
Lind.
wall.
What is happening in Heat 4? You guys talk about this. I'll figure this out.
That's all good. Well, well, I'm gonna try and get mine figured out here too. But we got Matthew Lindy just running away with this one at the moment. Olivier Rateau, a little bit of banging in the tires as we get off lap 1. Matthew Lindy's gonna round the final corner. Olivier Rateau really is only worrying about Olivier Rateau on the brakes too hard in the final corner and just gives it to Eric Dubois. That's a position change. So now it's just Lindy holding off Dubois here with Olivier Rateau making that big mistake in the car.
Does it look like those front two guys almost forgot that they couldn't take the Joker there? It's like they almost like, oh crap, we got to turn here.
Yeah, no kidding. There's definitely some strategy to be made here in these first 2 and 3 positions. It's looking like our graphic isn't updated there, Brian. As we said, the top, showing the top 2. I think the top 1. Is it a heat? Oh, we're in heat 4. I didn't realize there's 4 heats. Oh wow, I was thinking off the numbers from supercars. My bad. Oh, this is heat 4. So that's a huge mistake by Olivier Rateau there. Basically giving away a transfer position. We're just letting Lindy run away with this right here, right now, as he rounds the corner in the 3rd section. Eric Dubois just a couple seconds behind. Let's see if I can fix this here. At least get my... I know what the problem is.
We are all struggling, so thank you, Bryan Sawyer, for keeping the internal feed going. But everyone's breaking here. It looks like still Lind out front, Dubois second. I think Rateau. I was busy restarting my equipment here, so
I'm actually caught up now.
Time.
My cameras, mine are all good now at the moment, so I'm all caught up. It's a pretty clean. Like Matthew Lindy is just way out front. And Eric Dubois blows the corner a little bit in turn 1, gives Olivier Rateau a little bit of room to come back in this dirt section, but there's something wrong with Olivier's car. He looked really tight in that turn 1. Almost like he couldn't make the corner. So he must be having some front end damage there, which is definitely going to affect this car in the bumpy section. Look at that. He's having a very hard time getting through the bumps. And that's going to kill all your speed in this track almost right away. Yeah, he's having a hard time turning right, it seems, which is pretty important at Knockhill. So Olivier just crippling the car at this point. It's a pretty easy race for Lindy. This is one basically for him to lose at this point. We'll go inside Lindy here through the dirt section.
I'm all fixed and back going, so apologies there in that heat race.
Awesome, that was strange.
So I don't understand what the cause was, but thanks iRacing. So Matthew Lind making his return to the NASA Rallycross Challenge. It has been probably since 2022A, since the fallout with KES Industries, that he's raced. So he's making his return. Eric Dubois moves to Slapex, and Olivier Rateau, still no Romain Rateau back in the NASA Rallycross Challenge. So we talked about change in the opener, people moving teams, and it's not just supercars. So returning faces and people moving teams.
Absolutely. And actually on that KES note too, that whole fallout, as far as KES is concerned, is all just water under the bridge too. So that's why we still see KES drivers and we still see that logo strong in this series, because last I heard, even from Mario, water under the bridge. We want to move forward. We want to continue the partnership and just keep loving on Rallycross, to be honest, because a lot of that's not been the case lately from everyone around.
Lindy off in turn 1!
That
was the end of the race.
It was the end of the race. I'm babbling. We're
blabbing. My stuff's not working.
I was going to cap that off, but yeah, I kind of drug that on a bit too.
That's okay.
Matthew Lindy with the win here in heat number 4.
I promise we pay attention. It's
Sometimes.
It's been so for transparency's sake, it has been a crazy last 24 hours. Cosgrove, Robichaud, Boyles, the grid for semi-final A. So it's been a crazy last 24 hours with lights kicking off and the split here of Supercars. So forgive us if we're a little rusty, at least in this first race for the evening. The winner will transfer out of this. 5 laps, Joker wants, green flag. Off the line, Robichaud and Cosgrove. Side by side, former teammates, or I think Cosgrove's still on their team. My livery's not exactly working here. But Cosgrove leads ahead of Robichaud, leaves the door open for Boyles in the 38. On the brakes was the 38. Side by side in the dirt section they hit.
Nasty spot to be.
And now, it's not like a heat race where the top 2 transfer. You can't squabble. You have to focus on the race leader.
All or nothing. And this is usually where we see the moves happen late in races. It gets a little argy-bargy, if you will. Desperation starts to kick in at this point because that top driver's the only one making it through. So a little bit of a gap between all 3 drivers at the moment. We'll see what we're working with here. Robichaud blows the first corner here. He's going to give this back to Boyles Jr. Possibly, if he can catch up. Nope. Oh, he puts it off into the tires himself. Little quarter panel smash. Both drivers making mistakes, giving each other time.
So Cosgrove leads. Robichaud's over in the dirt in the 69. Rolled it. First Slaypex clipped the tires on the right side, and over he went. For Slaypex. Cosgrove leads, Boyles in the second spot, and Jake Robichaud will be relegated to 15th overall as he does finish last here in semifinal A.
Just an easy one here. It's almost like a Sunday cruise right now for Cody Cosgrove. He's another driver on a mission and wants to win a championship himself as he goes off into the Joker here.
As Cosgrove super late on the brakes in the 18.
And
we saw him lose the championship, come back and win the championship. It was in 2023 A, I believe, that he won that championship after losing it in 22C. So great for Cosgrove to be back. And we're going to have our last 2 sportsman champions be dueling in this series, and especially if they transfer up to the supercar ranks. What will these guys do? Not just Grove and Cosgrove, but any of these guys. How will they mingle with the supercar guys? That's going to be incredibly exciting to watch.
Oh, absolutely! It's
Cosgrove late.
Oh,
in the penultimate corner.
Oh boy! Oh boy! That is yeah, that's a corner very easy to do. Late in a race, after a few laps, and the tires get a bit hot on the fronts there. A lot of left hand or a lot of right hand.
Cosgrove off the track again in the 18.
Oh, poor tire management. Just letting the tires get a bit too hot, over braking. So he blew that corner, and then he just he hit the same braking point. See, that's the thing with this sim. You heat those tires up, you can't hit your braking points like you normally do for the next couple turns. You have to be easy on the tires and let them come back down on. See, look, there he goes again. He's not given the tires a chance to cool
Checker
off
flag.
yet, and doesn't matter.
Wins the semifinal.
Just goes to show, just 3 laps will do it.
Boyles best of the rest, and Robichaud in the 69 rounds out that order.
Takes it out. Way to go. Good drive from Cody to punch himself into the feature race.
So that'll be 11th and 13th, I believe. We'll get the official results, of course, later on. Grid 4 semi-final B. Vinny Sowers, Olivier Rateau, Solomon Borschinger, and David Doothwaite in the 155. Another 5 laps. Joker once. Winner will transfer. And the rest, 12th, 14th, and 15th overall. Green flag. Rateau, great start in the first phase. Wheel spin for Sowers in the first phase, trying to drag race him side by side. Down to the first corner. Sowers side by side. Borschinger spins again with Doothwaite in the 155. Rateau on the outside. Sowers to the lead.
Oh, what a nice little move there in turn 1. They tried to go side by side, just some gentlemen's racing. Olivier backed out, just realized maybe it wasn't worth it. Might have given up a bit too much time to Sowers there, I think, but just now has to claw back, try and get that momentum back.
Now, rounding the final couple of corners. Sawyers leads at the end of the first lap. Jokers are allowed. Rateau in the second spot. Duthwaite third. And fourth, Borschinger. He is off the track. He parked it in the 191. So these guys will have a 5-minute warm-up after this race, and then we go to the feature. And then it's going to be super exciting once we transparently figure out what we're doing middle-wise. Yeah. I think we were going to do the lights broadcast or something. We'll figure it out. You might have to hear us blab for a few minutes, but super exciting.
We can dissect this race a little bit and go over the few that move on and kind of pinpoint some things. We'll
Rateau exits the Joker, looks to the inside of Duthwaite in the 155. It's a DRS pass on the front straight.
Oh boy!
The equivalent of one between Rateau and Duthwaite down to turn 2.
It is a quicker lap. That lap with the Joker.
Looks like Duthwaite gave Rateau maybe a little bit of a nudge, or just shoved Rateau wide. Let's take a look and see off monitor. Has he jokered? He is not. The 155 is not jokered, so we really, this battle's for naught between these two.
Absolutely, and if that's the case, then Duthwaite should just get it out of the way right here and just go off, just do it. Yep. Oh. And Rateau, I don't know what he was doing there. Was he thinking about joking again?
I don't know, but the 63 went way wide. It looked like he locked up the left front. He locked up the left front, I think.
Oh, okay. It seemed like he stayed wide for a really long. Strange.
Sawyers, Rateau, Duthwaite, and Borschinger, who is in the pit lane.
Yep, sure is, yep. So another one retired there. This one, Sawyers to lose, just has a nice comfy 4-second gap. Rateau just can't figure out the braking point in the last corner, blocking them up.
White flag for Sawyers in the 365. Rateau in second, Duthwaite in third. So Sawyers about half a lap to go until he transfers in, and we ride on board the 365 for JC Simsport Jr. First time we've seen the junior team since 2019. And Vinny Sawyers will make it 2 for 2 for the squad, rounding the final corner. 10th and final seed for the man from Illinois. Vinny Sawyers wins in the 365. Best of the rest, Olivier Rateau, David Duthwaite, and Solomon Borschinger rounding out the field.
That's a great little feature we've got shaped up so far.
The grid is set for the first ever contenders race. We're going to step aside for a minute. We'll be back shortly.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to nordvpn.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
nearly 3 wide of Met and Palacio. Front bumper of a Betty down to turn 2. Clog takes the lead. The Real still hasn't jokered inside. Clog on McKenna. Contact between them. Well, Romain Rateau has led all evening long, but Schofield to the inside, and he makes it stick. Funny story about Bryan Sawyer. He showed up to the track 5 minutes ago with 0 practice, and each lap increasing in pace for the man from Wisconsin. Mertz deep on the brakes in the 812, clobbering the curve to get by Olivier Rateau. As we welcome you back to the inaugural round of NASA Rallycross Contenders here in Scotland, with Bryan Sawyer in the production truck, 2016A and 2017A champion Cody Erdmann down in the studio, and 2022A Supercars Sportsman champion Justin Robichaud next to me in the commentary box. My name is Josh Mertz, live on the Automotive Sports Network. Just a reminder, the NASA Rallycross Challenge is brought to you by Overwatch Specialty Service. The only thing more unique than your problem is our solution, and for more information, visit osscenter.com. Coverage on ASN tonight also brought to you by NordVPN for up to 63% off a 2-year plan. Visit nordvpn.com/ASNTVUSA. Thirdly, our cameras for the entire season are provided by TrackCams22.com. And finally, our intro music was produced by our very own Alex Abedi. Justin, quick prediction before we get rolling.
Oh my goodness. Who do we got? What is Chris?
Chris is back, so we don't have to do that good hold that we were trying.
If Chris Wetz is back, I think he's my closet prediction to come in tonight. But Jess Rakowski's been looking very poised. So I mean, I've got Cody, Jess, or Chris. But Chris is my pick. I'm going to say Chris. The White Beetle will survive.
Cody, you got about 30 seconds.
I think it's gonna be a wild start. It's gonna be whoever gets through turn 1. My guess is Wienecke. He's proven that he's won before in our top class. I think he's able to pull it out here tonight.
We take a look at the grid for the inaugural race for NASA Rallycross Contenders. Cody Wienecke, Jess Rakowski, Chris Wetz, Matthew Lynn, Josh Darnell, Matty Grove, Matty Morris, Eric Dubois, Cody Crosgrove, and Vinny Sowers. 10 cars, 10 laps, 2 jokers, and we still have a completely different race to run later on. Thanks for joining us a little bit earlier on the Automotive Sports Network as we grid up and get ready to go for round 1 of NASA Rallycross Contenders here in Scotland.
Am I counting 10 cars out there?
10 cars.
Let's go.
10 laps, 2 jokers. Contenders is go in Scotland. What a start from Wetz in the first phase. He had nowhere to go, nor did Lind. We're side by side. It's Wienecke and Rakowski down to the first corner. Side by side. Here comes Crosgrove in the 18. Spooks the 3 of Lind. Off the road he goes. Nearly 4 wide. 1 looking to the inside. Darnell. He gets hit and parks it in turn 2 with Grove, Morris, Sowers, and Dubois all involved. In the dirt for the first time. Wienecke ahead of Rakowski. Wetz in third. Crosgrove, Darnell in the 5th spot. Through the tricky bumps. So easy to make a mistake through this section as we head through to the final couple of corners. Remember, no jokers on the first lap of the race. Cody Wienecke out front ahead of Jess Rakowski and Chris Wetz. Contact in the back, there. Grove, I think, was trying to joker as Darnell forced into the joker. He's going to get disqualified for taking a first lap joker.
Yep, he is actually. That's basically an automatic out.
As Morris trying to pass Sawyer. Locked it up in turn 1. Contact between them, the two guys from Illinois. Matty Grove behind Matthew Lind. Cosgrove, Wetz, Rakowski, and Wienecki. Who will take to the Joker on the first real opportunity. Rakowski does in the 999. Wetz does not. Will we see the Chris Wetz strategy of old with the 71? We'll just have to wait and see. Jokering is Grove.
But Jess is going to come into traffic here. Oh, makes it high, actually. Ooh.
Behind.
Threads the needle. Threads the needle.
Behind the 3 of Lind. And the trap.
Cody blows the first corner.
Wetz and the inside contact between them. Wienecki off the track. What is happening? Cosgrove with the 18. Lindy involved as well. Wetz leads in the 71. Side by side, I fought through the dirt between. I'll tell you what, Rakowski's in the catbird seat. With everything happening right now. Exiting the dirt. Lind on the outside. Rakowski, they're both all over the track. Who will Joker on the second, or their first opportunity? I think Wetz, that's his first Joker. So is Cosgrove. Wienecki blows the corner. Caught side by side in the Joker. So hard to get my words out. Cosgrove makes a pass in the Joker. You have 4 cars merging together.
Wow. Battles all over the place, really, if you look at it, because Chris Wetz is holding off Cody Cosgrove.
What happened to Rakowski? You were just trying to say.
She spun in the regular course. She just got
4 cars under a blanket in turn 2 after that.
And yeah, if you're going to spin out, getting stuck in traffic right there is not the best place to be. Ouch.
Let's get a reset now. Matthew Lind leads on the road in the 3. Wienecki Jokers to complete his take his first strategy. I think my timing hasn't updated internally. Lindy leads. Cosgrove, Wienecki took his first Joker, Wetz took his second, Grove exits, Sawyer, Rakowski, and then it's Morris and Dubois. That's the 9 cars that we have left, and we're not even halfway. We took lap 5. We're going to take cross flags this next time around. And what a race we're having. The heats might have been a little slow, but I'll tell you what, Justin, this is awesome, as it looks like the teammates swapped places. Wetz gets past Sawyer as well.
Oh, they boiled down really nice, don't they? Don't they? Matthew Lind with a healthy 3.5 second lead up there. Still some strategy left, though. He's got 2 Jokers to go.
Let's take a look and see.
Taking his second. He's completing his strategy here, Josh.
Cross flags. Lindy still leads. Cosgrove done with his strategy. Wetz done with his strategy. So let's see how this unravels. Lindy hasn't taken any. Wienecki's got 1. Grove's got 1. Cosgrove might be in the lead of this race.
He might really. I think he's within striking distance.
Rakowski took the spot from Morris, and they both went off in turn 2. It's gone from bad to worse for the 999 as they are battling for the 6th spot. 3 cars under a blanket. Dubois. Contact with Morris.
Matthew takes his first Joker now, so he's going to come out. I think he's still got plenty of room to stay in front of Cody Cosgrove here, but Cody a little deep on the brakes.
Cosgrove takes it. 3 laps to go. He sits now in the 2nd spot ahead of Wienecki, and we wait for Lindy to take his second Joker. What's the gap, though? He's got no chance.
Oh, no, not at the moment.
No chance.
No, Cody made a mistake somewhere along the line because the gap's still at 3 seconds, and Lindy made his Joker, so something went wrong there with for the Canadian.
I'll tell you what.
Lindy's just going to run with it.
Matty Grove's looking really good for a podium, potentially, after getting slammed in turn number 1. And along goes Lind in the 3.
And he has to wait for traffic.
Oh, gosh.
Oh.
Terrible for the 3. Comes out in front of Wetz, but he loses all those spots, and he still has to Joker again as we take 3 laps to go.
And Cody Cosgrove is just sitting so beautifully in the first position now. All the strategies are done except for Matthew Lindy, but it doesn't matter at this point. It's just smooth sailing for Cody Cosgrove. If he can just not make a mistake, keep his eyes out of his rearview mirror or off his side view mirrors, and just look down, he can take this.
Coming as Bryan Sawyer's internally talking about how destroyed this 472 car is. They're laughing. I can't contain it.
Look at this. It looks like he got rear-ended by a whale.
2 laps to go for Cody Cosgrove in the 18.
He got speared by like a unicorn. The whole rear end is just concave.
It's Cosgrove, Wienecki, and Grove, the top 3 right now. Wetz in 4th. Remember, the all-important 3rd spot as well, with the transfer into the Supercars race. Dubois and Rakowski battling. That's for the 5th spot.
Wienecki's got some damage on the front there. He might actually give up this position here to Grove if he's not careful.
Final couple of corners. white flag for Cody Crosgrove, the man from Canada, trying to win the first race in the Contender Series. Wienecki in second, third is Grove, trying to make a Slapex 1-3.
I don't know. Grove here, he's one mistake away from a damaged car from Wienecki from taking this here.
As Dubois and Rakowski still battle for the 5th spot. Dubois holding off Rakowski as well as he can, locks it up. Commentators curse to the inside, goes Rakowski in the dirt.
Shoving.
Drivers right through 2-3 as around the final corner. Rakowski holds the spot.
Just bullies
Final corner, Cody Crosgrove victorious in the first NASA Rallycross Contenders race. Second is Wienecki. Third is Matty Grove on the podium with that torn-up car, as best of the non-transferring cars will be Wetz at the line ahead of Rakowski.
Wow, what a drag race.
Stowers, Morris, Lindy, and Darnell. Wow.
But Cody's putting smoke off in the end, rightfully so. What a great race. Wow.
I don't think a car had a straight body panel at the end of that one.
Yeah, there were no straight body panels on any of the cars after that one. Wow, what a race.
As I'll say it publicly while we are waiting for this. If you can go ahead and invite those 3 to the Supercar League, and we'll get those invites handled. As I think we'll have a chat with our top 3 once I find them in the... Maddie, I'll make this quick. I know you have to go handle the driver's meeting. At least I think you're handling it for Supercars. We're figuring it out as we go. Give me a quick talk me through your race.
My lord, baby, it is so nice to be back NASA racing. Series C 23. Man, this whole Contenders ordeal is stacked, man. Was definitely I would say a little sloppy going at the begin, but everything buffed out pretty good. This is an extremely hard track for everybody, especially when you're packing this amount of talent that is so tight and close. It's amazing, though. Big shout out my wife and kids for putting up with me in the sim rig. Our Lord above for blessing me with some breath today. And my whole NASA family, because without you guys and the ASN crew doing the broadcast, we wouldn't have this. So big shout out to you guys as well.
All right, buddy. I appreciate it. We'll let you go celebrate / run the Supercars race.
Man.
So you don't have much practice, my friend.
I'm not looking forward to getting ran over, but everybody that is out here watching, thank you guys for the views. Wish us some luck out here with the aliens, my guys. Thanks again, Josh.
Not a problem, buddy. Good run. Third place, Matty Grove. As we're going to bring in Cody Wienecki, Cody Crosgrove. Cody, if you don't mind grabbing these interviews, I have to go pop down for the drivers meeting of Supercars. So Cody Wienecki, Cody Erdmann, all yours.
Hey there, Cody, got us? Cody, you got us?
Yeah.
Walk me through your race, or kind of chaotic start, although I think for you, it mostly was behind you there in the start, but let's kind of walk me through your race on your strategy and everything, and what got you to P2.
Oh yeah, the first couple laps, it takes me a while to get into the groove, so I was on the struggle bus the first couple laps and fell off the track and tried to get away from everybody to get back on it and got into another car. So I hope I didn't do too much damage. So all I wanted to do was just get in the top 3 and keep these points alive.
We noticed kind of a running theme a little bit that it seems like once the tires get hot on the asphalt, it doesn't really want to slow down. Is that what happened there on that turn 1 entry?
Yeah, I think I was just trying to give other people room and screwed myself. It takes a couple laps for my head to be like, all right, I'm on the track.
No, absolutely. I'm kind of the same way. Who'd you like to thank to get you P2 on the podium and get you into the supercar feature?
I like to Team Watson Racing, MFR Racing, Polaris Razor, all my family that comes and watches the broadcast. Thank you guys for putting on a good show.
Absolutely, and hopefully we'll talk to you later tonight.
Hopefully.
Thank you. As now we are going to go on to our contender winner here with Cody Crosgrove. Hey there, Cody, got us?
Crosgrove,
Yeah, what's going on, fellas?
First off, congratulations on getting the first contender winner of the season to start, and kind of walk us through the race. You had a wild start there, kind of threading the needle.
I know I had to get a good start to have an opportunity to run with Jess and Cody Winicki, because I knew by looking at their times, they were looking pretty fast. So I knew I had to get a good jump on the start to be able to contend with them, because I was in the very, very back. So I needed a very good start, and I got it. So
Yeah, the luck definitely was on your side there. They were destroyed. I don't know if you saw it out of your mirror. They were destroying each other on your inside.
I saw something happen in my mirror, and then I just look ahead, and because I saw Cody and Jess, they were starting to walk away from me, so I was like, I gotta get going.
Yeah, it was an absolutely clean race. Kind of, what are your expectations now that you're in the supercar feature or the supercar portion of the event tonight?
I'm gonna try to do as best I can. I know those guys are fast. They're very fast, and I hope to be there in that class, like full times. But those guys are fast, and I have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Who'd you like to thank to get you to that part of the feature tonight?
I like to thank Slapex Racing, even though I didn't have enough time to put the livery on tonight, because I was literally going like 140 kilometers an hour trying to get here to make this race. So to make it and to win it is even better.
Absolutely. So hopefully we'll see if you can be the first person, I think in NASA history, Josh, if I believe, to go 2 for 2 on a night.
That would be, yeah, that'd be gnarly. Good luck, buddy.
I'm going to try my best. Thanks, guys. And I also like to thank you guys for putting on an awesome show.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you.
So we're going to step aside for a minute. I know Bryan transparently told me we have points up, but we're still trying to figure this one out. So we're going to step aside for a minute, just get everything situated for supercars. We'll be back shortly.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to NordVPN.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Side nearly 3 wide of Met and Palacio. Front bumper of a Betty down to turn 2. Clog takes the lead. still has him jokered inside. Cog on McKenna. Contact between them. Well, Romain Rateau has led all evening long, but Schofield to the inside, and he makes it stick. Funny story about Bryan Sawyer. He showed up to the track 5 minutes ago with zero practice, and each lap increasing in pace for the man from Wisconsin. Mertz deep on the brakes in the 812, clobbering the curve to get by Olivier Rateau. We welcome you back to round 247 of the championship overall and round 1 of the 29th season of the Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge here in Knockhill. With Bryan Sawyer in the production truck, 2016A and 2017A champion Cody Erdmann down in the studio, and 2022A sportsman champion Justin Robichaud next to me in the commentary box. My name is Josh Mertz, live on the Automotive Sports Network. Just a reminder, our series is brought to you by Overwatch Specialty Service. The only thing more unique than your problem is our solution. For more information, visit osscenter.com. Thank you so much to Rob Hartland for your continued support of our series. Coverage all season brought to you by NordVPN for up to 63% off a 2-year plan. Visit nordvpn.com/ASNTVUSA. And thirdly, our cameras for the entire season provided by TrackCams22.com. And finally, our intro music was produced by our very own Alex Abedi. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network. And if you'd like to race, all the info is at nasasimracing.com. So, like I've mentioned numerous times tonight, apologies for being a little rough around the edges. We're still trying to figure out our processes internally, both at ASN and at NASA. We just appreciate you guys being here with us as... we will be around on Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern for NASA Rallycross Lights and Brands Hatch. You'll have Jared Lott, a second to be determined commentator. I don't know who it's going to be, and Victor Valley producing for that one. I want to give a shout out to Chad Irvine for filling in on extremely short notice last night. Thank you, my friend. And then our next race for contenders and supercars will be Monday at Brands Hatch. We begin at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Myself, Justin Robichaud, Cody Erdmann, Bryan Sawyer for that one. So I think I have you all back. We luckily have a breather here. We have some qualifying, so we'll, of course, pay attention to that. But, Justin, what are we thinking now as we get to our main night show?
Oh, I think we're in for the treat tonight. I'm excited to have like this small clump of very refined drivers. I don't want to be rude to the contenders or anything, but these guys are the top iRacing drivers for a reason. So they're here to put on a show, and we're going to see some great lines, some good moves, great strategy. Overall, just good racing, I think. I'm hoping for some honestly some nice gentle door banging. We'll see what they bring us tonight.
So a couple of stories coming into tonight's race. So Pudgy's Racing. We'll actually go over, since there's only 13 cars, we can go over real quick the teams and drivers where everyone's going to be. Former champion Alex Abedi, teammates with Savian Ragster now. They're on Pudgy's Racing, but they are in the Ford Fiesta. The only two cars in the Supercars Championship that aren't running Subarus, which is crazy. JC Simsport will be Justin Ament and Magnus Okenhaug. Robbie Kirtley for the No Control Esport team. He unfortunately did not make the race this evening. The OSS Racing Division, Evan McFarland, Francois Martel. Pudgy's Racing has 4 Subarus across 2 teams. Carson McKenna, who's not here, Marcos Palacio, Steve Angie, Josh Klog, and Russell Peterson for Squadra Stun Zed rounding out that field. As Cody, like I mentioned to Justin, we got through contenders. We watched the top 3 transfer up. What are you thinking about tonight?
Yeah, looking forward to this kicking off this pro class. It's gonna be really entertaining watching these top level drivers run. As we're seeing kind of practice times almost half to 3/4 of a second faster than what the contenders are running. So definitely that next level that a lot of these guys we're gonna watch really tight, close racing. So should be an entertaining night.
As we begin to qualify here in Scotland,
away we go.
Crosgrove leads us ahead of Justin Ament, Evan McFarland, Steve Angie, Josh Klog, Sabian Ragster. Just flicking through the field, taking a quick look at everything as everyone running their qualifying laps. We take a look at Marcos Palacio returning to the series after quite a bit of time off, at least in supercars. Was a couple seasons at least. Raced against me in lights last season, but good to see Marcos back.
It certainly is good to see Marcos back. I remember racing with Marcos back a few seasons ago around my Sportsman win. So, yeah, fantastic. He loves the lights, though. He's been racing that a lot, I think. But, yeah, very fast guy. Great to see him out. I've had a lot of great battles with him in officials, so very, very, very happy to see him.
We'll take a look and see how lap times are looking here. As lap times begin to flow in. I think it was Cody Crosgrove setting the first time according to my timing. Yeah. Was it as Klog does now, 36.3 for the man from Maryland, former champion of the series. Now my trading paints decides to work. What a car for Francois Martel. Sorry that you're taking a look at Klog off on monitor. I'm looking through the field. That is a gorgeous livery for our defending champion. Wow.
And that is, not to brag, but that's designed by yours truly. His and Evan McFarland's both. They are OSS factory driver team members, and we're the OSS patrol. They're ready to go. We're gonna contend for a title. I wanted the best drivers, and we wanted the best drivers. Me and Rob. Rob gave me some incentives, and he said, "Look, go out, get the best, and let's do this. Let's bring the championship to the factory team." So yeah, so you were talking about being biased. I'm going to be biased, Josh, about those 2 drivers. Very excited to have them on board, and it's going to be an exciting season.
The 04 McFarland, P1 currently by 0.4 of a second over Sabian Ragster in apparently, according to iRacing, car number 5. Apologies for that. His iRacing career number, his NASA career number wasn't applied in time. So a Betty goes to second, 35.978 for the tie driver, the former champion of the series.
Ooh, wow, right there in the 35s as well. 35 is a great time here at Knockhill. Fantastic, really.
So just for some context and some backstory, as we finish this qualifying session, McFarland up front, Martel, 2023B champion, defending champion, enters with the red plate. Josh Klog, 2-time champion, 22A and 23A, and Alex Abetti, 1 in 23B. So everyone finishing their qualifying runs. Ragster's completed his run. Martel's on his second lap. But what's nice about the format, and Cody, you joked to me last night, are we allowed to take the Joker? Yeah, that's why there's 3 laps. You have 1 fast lap, 1 cooldown lap, and another fast lap. Alex Abetti on the Joker, trying to get the maximum amount of speed in that Ford Fiesta.
Oh boy. And Evan McFarland is still, he still has a little bit in the tank. I think he holds that world record in the Subaru. I think it's like 35.7, so he's got a 10th in there. Hoping he
clips the curb. Abetti, incredible line through turn 2. Perfect utilization of that dirt. 7-time race winner, former champion. Over rotates, but you have to when the track grips up. In turn number 3, through the dirt. Respecting the bumps. McFarland doesn't go quicker. He ran a 36.0. Martel is on his 3rd lap as well, so we might see an upset. They are the only 2 cars to complete their run. Abetti off the final corner, the tie driver across the line. 36.0, nowhere close compared to a 35.8. Martel, defending champion, final corner in car number 1. Very squirrely on the exit. 35.891. Wow! I tell you, that last corner, he had to push that way. That killed it. Oh, wow.
Icing. And I've got a smile on my face for 2 reasons. Josh, remember we said we weren't going to be biased?
Wow.
That was unbelievable. It's funny. I was in the team chat and I was telling them, like, all right, guys, Robbie's not here. He can't make it tonight. We got to pull it through. We got to sweep for him. And Martel just said, yes, sir, with a meme, with a GIF. And he took it to the bank. He's chasing McFarlane.
So, McFarlane, Martel, Abedi, Ragster, and Clog are top 5 here in seeding for the Scottish Grand Prix. Our grid for heat number 1. Evan McFarlane picking up right where he left off last season in Sonoma. Savian Ragster, Steve Angie, Justin Ament, and Cody Crosgrove. The qualifying results vanished, but what was notable, Grove and Crosgrove at the bottom of the order. Winecki about P8. So he's got a decent gap on the rest of the field as we get ready for heat number 1. Green flag. Even start for the top 2. Ragster tried to come across into Angie. Angie to the inside of car number 5 down to the first corner. Side by side between them. Crosgrove and Ament as well. In the 18, McFarlane wide in turn 2. Contact with Ragster. Can he power back on the outside? No! And the man from California, Ragster, takes the spot. Crosgrove now sits in 3rd. McFarlane in 2nd. Remember, no jokers on the first lap of the race. Angie looks to the inside of Crosgrove, nearly into the tank. Comes across, nearly contact between them. Crosgrove saves it, and he doesn't. In the second part, he hits the tires as they made contact. McFarlane tries to make the spot in the final corner. At the end of the first lap, Ragster leads. This is what I wanted to see! As Ragster gets to the inside, and McFarlane can't make it happen. We are on lap number 2 of heat number 1, ladies and gentlemen.
And I'm standing up in my chair because Ragster's giving him the moves. He's giving him the shakes, and he goes to the inside, and McFarlane takes it back.
We are losing it, and it's only wow!
I'm not even sitting in my chair. This is unbelievable, Josh. It's only he 1.
Takes the spot ahead of Ragster. Will we see a joker?
Nothing yet.
Angie jokers. So does Ament.
Just firing off 2 right there. Let's go.
I have tears of joy coming out of my eyes, and I can't even speak any words as McFarlane leads ahead of Ragster, Crosgrove, Angie, and Ament.
Wow, just a big answer from Evan McFarlane on that second lap.
That was just huge defending for Ragster. Incredible. And McFarlane took it to the very edge. I don't think I wasn't trying to get under you.
Yeah, he's apologizing because he like I said, Ragster was racing a little not argy-bargy, but he kind of sent a little get out of my way. which is totally okay.
Sorry to cut you off. Crosgrove and Angie battling for the 3rd spot. Angie jokered. Crosgrove has not. Ament has. So this might hurt Angie if they can't get by Crosgrove. Remember, Crosgrove, one of the sportsman cars, left block on Angie. And the 7 goes around. Contact again with Ament. What is happening?
What just went on there? I have to go back and look.
That was a late move for Crosgrove. That was... I know we do the protest system, and I'm not supposed to say anything, but I don't know what that was.
I don't know. It looked... Did something happen earlier in the race? Because I went back and looked at it real fast, and it looked like Cody just had enough and pushed him off the track. But I don't want to assume anything yet. That's definitely an interesting incident that we'll have to keep note of.
So the Joker rotation doesn't change because they followed each other. McFarlane and Ragster enter and exit with no issue. Angie now sits in the 3rd spot. Ament in 4th. And Crosgrove, I think, has parked it out of this heat race he has in the 18.
Oh, yeah. There's nothing left of that car. He got pinballed around pretty hard.
So
let's cars at the moment are Evan and Ragster.
Let's
they were pushing around.
Let's regain our breath.
Oh wow!
Take a step back. Sit down, maybe, Justin. I almost got up.
Well, I'm sitting now. I'm gonna wake up my daughter here, and it'll be game over for me.
McFarlane off the road. Actually, I'm on a replay, so apologies for that one. As McFarlane was off the road in the final couple of corners. These two took the white flag. They are considerably ahead of Steve Angie in the 7.
Big time. Like I said, only 2 drivers with no damage on the car, so they're just kind of hot lapping right now. Evan McFarlane's literally just putting in practice laps at the moment, I bet. So
final couple of corners. He transfers and takes the pole position for the Scottish Grand Prix. Ragster transfers as well as best of the rest Angie with Ament and Crossgrove.
Wow. I mean, they showed us why they were here. Let's go. Didn't we say the competition was elevated?
And that's, I have a very strong feeling that next season's promotion will include that clip and you and I screaming like school children.
Assuming we didn't hit the peak. Like I said, I literally was standing up.
Grid for Heat 2. Martell, Clog, Winecki, and Peterson. And has my feed broken again here, boys and girls? Nope, it hasn't. We're here. We're live.
We're good. They're just not.
Welcome to NASA.
They're just taking their time getting on the grid.
Yeah.
God, that number one, that car is gorgeous for Francois Martel. Good work, my friend. I'll tell you publicly right now. Beautiful.
He picked the color. Okay, I made the paint, but like the color was driver choice. They got to choose that, and oh yeah, the red. Mwah. I hope he gets to put a nice little driver sticker on there right on the door. Thanks, Josh.
Yeah, I'm a collector of those. Francois Martel, Clog, Winecki, Peterson. Heat 2 in Scotland. Green flag. Clog beats Martel off the line, and Martel is a sitting duck to Peterson in the 59. Side by side, him and Winecki into turn 1. As I know, Clog was a late entry.
Round on the inside, and he goes for it.
Like takes the spot. Goes Francois Martel in car number 1.
Turn 1, Josh, is unbelievable in this track. It's so easy. You get that grip strip right.
If you don't hit it, you're off and you're on a different planet. It is terrible. You have to hit that grass.
No grip.
It's so challenging.
In comparison, you have no grip. Absolutely.
Final couple of corners to end the first lap. Martel ahead of Clog, ahead of Peterson, ahead of Winecki. And all Cody needs to do is finish higher than 5th, and he'll be gridding higher than Crossgrove. Into turn 2 through Duffus Dip. Will Clog get a better run through turn 1?
Clog just a bit more on the grass. A little bit better of a run.
I say it all the time, you know, if the top 2 crash, but Russell Peterson's close enough to where if these two get argy-bargy, and we saw it last race, the man from Illinois might make something happen.
Boy, it's just sitting there. Give me that. Oh, there we go. Very close.
Peterson jokers. Martel sloppy in the middle of those 2 corners. It's a double apex, and you can't run the left sides into that grass. Otherwise, you're going to get rooted in. It's terrible.
Oh, yes. He had to think he's peeking in his rear view, watching what Clog was doing for just a microsecond. That's all it takes.
Oh, left rear off for Martel.
What a save, though. Keeps the tires on the grass on the inside. Unbelievable car control.
I'll tell our viewers there was a little bit of, I'll be transparent. Matty Grove in the drivers meeting yesterday said you have to keep 2 tires on the AstroTurf. I said, no, Matty, you got to keep 1 tire on the AstroTurf. He's like, right. I don't know how any of you people can manage to rotate the car where 1 tire's on the track surface. And I said to myself, that's the reason why I'm the reason why track limits exist. I somehow made that happen.
Yeah.
And here we are. These guys. I love writing a rule and you skirt the rules so close, and that's what these guys are doing.
Well, masters of slip angle in these cars, really, when you're in the dirt section, it is just a mastery of slip angle. And the slip angle is a lot more drastic than riding on a road course, but that's what makes it all the more challenging, especially in this section when you're riding through these jumps on a blind exit. This is a very, very crazy part of the track, in my opinion, as a driver.
Martel does not joker. I'm a firm believer, at least maybe at this track especially, I was going to say all of them, but you really have to predict where the car is going to be. You have to go where you have to drive where the words are hard. The point of it is this stuff's hard. Even speaking is hard. As once again, apologies for the little rough around the edges there, but Martel
I know.
Still out front.
I get what you're saying too, and it's like all-wheel drive cars drive differently too, right? They pull out of corners a lot differently than a rear-wheel drive car does. They push and pull at the same time. So
as Martel still has a joker left.
He has 1 joker, but he's got a 5-second.
5 seconds.
So easy. I think the gap here is what, 2 seconds or almost 3 seconds, Josh?
And last night it was about 5, I think. So I'm not sure about these cars. All I know is I somehow passed Bryan Sawyer, so yeah, I couldn't tell you. So
you're good.
White flag for Francois Martel. Let me give you a second try as to what I was trying to say. You have to be so focused in these cars. You have to basically envision where you want the car to go, and it'll go. You can't pay attention to the tire barriers, because if you do, you're into the wall. You have to drive like they don't exist.
No, I understand. Absolutely. You have to drive like they don't exist, but you also kind of have to see through them a bit too, and guess where the apex is, because the exit of that
jokering is Martel.
There he goes.
Will this be any contest? Oh, it might be. Off the corner. Can Clog take the spot?
But can he take it in the straightaway?
Claw
got it in the straightaway. He's got it in the straightaway.
Claw got it.
Oh, he
over
backs
Martel.
off. Okay, he's gonna take it a bit. Oh,
End
that
of
was
the
the
race.
final lap.
Yes, Justin.
Interesting. My bad. I just
Log Martel,
you really
Peterson.
shouldn't joker on the final lap on this track because you get the runoff. You get a faster lap.
As Winecki was the last car in that heat race. Abedi, Palacio, Okenhow, Grove, grid for heat number 3. I said I didn't need any broadcasting practice as the lights guys are practicing.
guys.
I said screw it. I don't need it. I'll be humble and say I might need it. This is pretty gnarly, but we're having fun either way. Thanks for joining us here on ASN. We get ready for our third heat of the evening.
Here we go.
Green flag, teammates, but not in the same manufacturer. Palacio and Abedi down to the first corner, side by side. Former champion thought about it. They're so clean into turn 1. Grove and Okenhow spinning in the back in the 26. Not sure what happened there, but the car's around for the Norwegian. He will probably have to go to the semifinal unless these guys spontaneously combust, Justin.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm looking back at what happened too. I don't know. Honestly, it looks like he has controls misconfigured. Or he pulled the e-brake by accident. Weird.
Rounding the final couple of corners to end the first lap, Alex Abedi ahead of Marcos Palacio, ahead of Matty Grove. And Okenhaug is part of the scenery in turn number 2.
Is he ever?
There's got to be some control issues because he's not even moving. So I think he probably pulled off and he's doing Control-Alt-Delete as they pass him in turn 2. And Grove, I guess I want to ask you, Justin, as someone that came from the sportsman ranks, how is it annoying? Is it inviting? What's the feeling of following 2 fast guys like this and they're just pulling away?
And they're pulling away? You know, like, I've never really, it's interesting. I just kind of look at that as an opportunity to learn something because if they're pulling away, they're doing something very, very, very different to you.
Oh, Grove
And,
ripped
like,
the curb in the Joker. Sorry, continue.
Boy, you're good. No, like, if they're pulling away that much, like, the problem has to be pretty blatant. And in this car, it was difficult for me at the start. I came from ovals, like that was my dip into iRacing, so jumping in this car, I just fell in love with it, but learning it is strange, not really having been an all-wheel drive racing driver. So yeah, it's just you just learn. You have to take it as an opportunity to just dip behind these guys and try
Palacio
and figure out
Jokers.
what they're doing differently.
Abedi jokered that last time around. Will we see some contact between the time driver and the Argentine exiting the Joker? Teammates. Abedi goes to the middle to defend. Slipstreaming as Palacio down the front straightaway, nearly into the end of the pit wall there. He backs off on his teammate.
Absolutely. They've been so kind even through the start. So, you know, they're just team orders. They're just going to race off for sure.
As Grove in third and Okenhaug in the pit lane in the 26. So not looking good for Okenhaug. So Abedi and Palacio still out front. We took cross flags that last time around. And we'll take a look at the lap times once they unravel. As Abedi ahead of Palacio, the last lap time for him, 36.8 to a 36.8. They were equal on lap time with the teammates.
Yeah, just a few 100ths of a second off there. So they're just riding together, learning. Like I said on my little tangent. My little tangent I was going on. No, like I said, you figure out what you're doing wrong, and even as a team member, that was when I really started to fine tune things. You jump in with a team like these 2 drivers here, and you'll be able to compare telemetry and see, you know, why were you going faster? Well, you're like 30% more on the throttle, so you're spinning, you're not getting as much traction, but you're faster in turn 1 because you're just a bit better on the asphalt, so you kind of gain time together in a sense. So you get a good little team and start to pick away really at the nitty gritty of each of your laps, and you can elevate each other if they're pretty focused.
We are on the white flag here in Scotland for heat number 3 of the Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge. As Josh Mertz, Justin Robichaud, Cody Erdmann in the commentary box, Bryan Sawyer down in the production truck. As former champion Alex Abedi switched back to his beloved Ford Fiesta, rounds the final corner, and wins heat number 3. Transferring will be Palacio in the 83, as best of the rest, Grove and Okenhaug.
Okenhaug just looking in from the pits, actually, just something not right there, so he'll have to try...
Yikes.
So, grid for our first semi-final. And you're going to wonder, why are these semi-finals so small? We've decided that 2 races are better than 10 cars into one race when we have those grid sizes. So we'll have 3 cars, 5 laps, and the winner will transfer. Angie, Grove, Winicky, getting ready for semifinal A. Green flag. Grove got passed by Winicky. This is crucial, actually, as Angie goes down to the first corner as the leader. Justin, this is more crucial than I thought. These guys are racing for a win if they don't
really
transfer.
They really are, and it's really close at the moment. All of these guys under a blanket.
You could, of course, solidify your chance of winning that race if you make it into the feature, but you're still scored separately. So, of course, Matty Grove will probably want to make the feature, but his biggest concern is getting ahead of car number 9, Cody Winicky, winner of the contenders race, or sorry, second place in the contenders race a couple moments ago. As Crosgrove still yet to race, he will be in the second semifinal. So what would be really terrible is if these guys battle amongst each other and Crosgrove makes the feature.
That's what I was. I knew you were gonna say it. Or Steve makes a mistake, which is so easy to do here at Knockhill, and just kind of gives it to one of these 2 drivers, which would just be. I mean, I don't want to say unprecedented because it's the first time we've done this, but it'd be pretty unbelievable. What a storyline as when Yeki goes out and does his. Almost rolls the Subaru on the exit of his Joker. I've never seen that.
That might give Grove some time.
Oh, yeah, huge loss of time.
Whoa, I just took a look off monitor for sure.
Wow, huge loss of time. Honestly, that almost gives the spot back. I think that gives him the spot. Grove. So now he just needs to put his hat on and stick his tongue out and do what he needs to do to try to chase down Angie for a win here.
So the silver lining to these guys is if they don't make the feature, and again, not wishing anything against these guys, but Crosgrove is in semifinal B. It's a 4-car race. Jokering is Angie exiting the Joker. No contest.
That was close.
But Crosgrove's going to be in traffic in 4th spot in the second semifinal.
Right.
So, as Grove, wow, what a rotation for the 472.
Great little line, just a bit of scuff on the tire as he went through. That's a
so now,
run.
Angie already jokered, Winicky already jokered, Grove, if I was Matty, I'd joker now. To be honest, he doesn't joker.
Okay, Matt.
But now, he's got to focus.
But he needs to soon, because like I said, I was so caught off guard. I figured Martel wouldn't have. I don't want to speak ill of my own teammate, but you don't joke on the last lap. Oh my God! So that's out.
Slides
it.
Oh
my! Wow.
Where is Grove?
But that's the second mistake he's made that's cost him time ahead of Grove. So I don't think he has.
Grove wide in the dirt. He saved it.
Oh, I still think Grove has it. He doesn't have Angie.
Especially with that mistake, I think Matty will have this. He jokers the 472. Angie's going to round the corner. He will win the semifinal. Exiting. This is the battle for the contender. Sportsman win at the line. Winicky gets it over Grove.
Oh, see, this is why you don't joker on the last lap. You get that awesome runoff that you saw from Grove, and he could have used that to make a pass.
Good race, guys.
Earlier. Ah, terrible.
So the only thing that these guys can hope for, that Winicky can hope for, is Crosgrove is down in the order.
Very
Peterson, Ament, Oakenhow, Crosgrove. Oh, I got both my cars in this race.
Oh boy,
that's terrible. So, with Crosgrove being down the order, and let me see. So Winicky will be 10th, 12th will be Grove. So Crosgrove has to finish second in order to win that race. So
it's a good shot here. Okay.
Green flag. Oakenhow, great jump compared to his teammate in Peterson, but Peterson's going to pull him down to the first corner. They are side by side. Subaru versus Subaru. It's Crosgrove and Ament to the outside. Oakenhow, does he make it stick? I thought he was a little bit farther than the dirt. Peterson sneaks to the inside and made it stick.
Wow.
Not because it's my car. I thought that car was off the track.
A little early on his entry in there, and that in turn 3 there, but I just had my jaw on the floor the whole time. Wow. He stuffed it in there.
Remember, no jokers on the first lap, and this is crucial.
Oh, a bit hard.
For Crosgrove.
It's huge for Crosgrove.
Peterson in
and he takes out Crosgrove.
Huge crash.
Oh, no. You hate to see that. You really hate to see that.
Wow.
That's just... Oh, no.
Oh. This will be an 8-car feature. And this, I think, will give Crosgrove... This is going to give Crosgrove the sportsman win regardless. As Oakenhaug leads ahead of Crosgrove. I could be wrong on that one. So I'll just have to take a look and see. But
yeah,
let's take a look. I'll look through warm-up, so apologies again for the being rough around the edges. This is an even battle now, as they have yet to joker in the 26 and the 18. Crosgrove got a better run through turn 2. Looks to the inside in the dirt on Oakenhaug. There's no way this is going to work. And it didn't.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. That's
Into the tires
it's a
goes
tough
Crosgrove.
spot. It's a tough spot to make a pass. The car's jumping around like it's on a trampoline. There's no way. It's really, really difficult. And just ripping the e-brake is Magnus.
So, 2 laps to go for Crosgrove ahead of Oakenhaug. If he makes the race, he will win in Sportsman as the 7th seed is Angie. That would put Winecki in 9th. So Crosgrove has to win this race in order to win. Now that I look at it. So, Crosgrove's got 1 lap. He's going to joker now. And where's Oakenhaug? Through the final couple of corners. Oakenhaug deep on the brakes! Into the tires! This is going to bring Crosgrove back into it in the 18. Down the front straightaway, 1 lap to go, and we've seen Cody Crosgrove make some crazy moves, and I mean no disrespect for that. He tried it into turn 1 way too soon. Down to turn 2, car length between them. Will we see a move?
Oh,
we see a move in the dirt from Crosgrove.
Hey,
I've
made a move.
Feisty.
I've made a move from this far back, Josh. It's very possible in the last corner if you get on the inside there.
Through
it's gotta
the
be
dirt.
Here.
Couple car lengths between them. It's going to be late for Crosgrove to make this move. Oakenhaug holds the lead for the moment, off the apex. And Oakenhaug, our 8th and final seed this evening. Crosgrove will come home in 10th, but he does not win Sportsman. I mentioned Peterson the rest of that semifinal. As in true NASA fashion, Justin Ament finishes 3rd by barrel rolling farther than Russell Peterson did. So I'm just going to get some confirmation. Steve Angie is gridding 7th.
The track getting reset?
That gives...
Got you, buddy. I apologize.
We can actually step aside. Apologies for that. Bryan forgot to tell me, or I forgot, that we can step aside for an ad break. So we'll be back in just a couple minutes and figure out what's going on here.
You're so interesting.
I love your browser history.
I like that you're not hiding anything from me.
By the way, nice IP address. I like your neighborhood.
You are so special. This ad is just for you.
I learned so many things from you.
You are so generous.
With your personal data.
Switch on privacy, switch off trackers and viruses. Go to NordVPN.com. NordVPN. Safely be you.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Side nearly 3 wide of Met and Palacio. front bumper of a Betty down to turn 2. Clog takes the lead. The Real still hasn't jokered inside. Clog on McKenna. Contact between them. Well, Romain Rateau has led all evening long, but Schofield to the inside, and he makes it stick. Funny story about Bryan Sawyer. He showed up to the track 5 minutes ago with 0 practice, and each lap increasing in pace for the man from Wisconsin. Mertz deep on the brakes in the 812, clobbering the curve to get by Olivier Rateau. We welcome you back to round 247 of the championship overall and round 1 of the 29th season of the Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge from Scotland. With Bryan Sawyer in the production truck, 2016A and 2017A champion Cody Erdmann down in the studio, and 2022A Supercar Sportsman champion Justin Robichaud next to me in the commentary box. My name is Josh Mertz, live on the Automotive Sports Network. Just a couple programming notes before we get rolling with this feature. Round 2 of NASA Rallycross Lights will be in Brands Hatch on Sunday the 15th. You will see that coverage live. Jared Lott, a to-be-determined second commentator, and Victor Valley in the production truck for that one, 9 p.m. Eastern. Our second race for the NASA Rallycross Challenge will be at Brands Hatch as well next Monday. You'll join myself, Cody Erdmann, Justin Robichaud, and Bryan Sawyer for that one, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And the Woven by Toyota NASA Sports Car Challenge at Sonoma, Thursday, October 19th, 9 p.m. Eastern. Bryan Sawyer, Justin Robichaud, and myself, Josh Mertz, for that one. So I would ask for predictions. We don't have too much time. We've got 8 cars. If chaos is a one-word guess, would you guys agree?
Amen to that.
Yeah.
Our grid for the feature, the Scottish Grand Prix, Evan McFarlane, Josh Klug, Alex Abetti, Sabian Ragster, Francois Martel, Marcos Palacio, Steve Angie, and Magnus Okenhauk. Some of the best in dirt, road, and rallycross on iRacing. And I am so excited for this as we get ready to begin the 29th season of NASA Rallycross. Glad you can join us on ASN as we get ready in Scotland.
Here we go. Let's do it.
We go green in Scotland. Off the line, McFarlane and Clog down to the first corner. Palacio looked to the middle on his teammates, thought better of it. Martel and Okenhauk sandwiching Palacio down the first corner. Super clean. Martel hits the apex turn 1. Thought he was going to wash out into one of the Puddy's cars. Ragster makes contact with Abetti. Okenhauk makes contact with Ragster through the dirt for the first time. McFarlane, Clog, Abetti, Martel, Okenhauk, Ragster, Palacio, and Angie. Remember, only 8 cars, still 2 jokers, still 10 laps. You can't joker on the first lap, but Evan McFarlane trying to pull away and take that red plate away from Francois Martel as the defending champion. Martel back in traffic, and McFarlane up front.
Up front, deservedly so. He's been putting in work setting...
Okenhauk, huge run off the final corner. Martel thought to defend, Okenhauk thought better of it in the 26.
We've got just a lineup of cars running through the turn. Oh my word, we got Savian Ragster just a little bit too deep. Give some time up to Martel.
I am smiling from ear to ear knowing that these are some of the best guys in Rallycross on iRacing, some of the best you can get, and they're racing against each other, and with no disrespect to the sportsman guys, with no chance of having an issue. These guys, best of the best. Martel jokers, Okenhauk in the wall in the 26.
Oh boy.
Jokering is Palacio. Jokering is Angie.
Okenhauk looks like he's quite literally holding that car straight, forcing it straight, and you can see in the braking zone. He is absolutely just holding up Savian Ragster right now with all this damage. He's fighting that car to keep it straight.
So Ragster's on a 5-race winning streak in the sports cars. And it probably won't last here, and I mean no disrespect with him getting caught in traffic with Oakenhaug. Oakenhaug way wide. McFarlane doesn't joker, nor does Clog. Clog locked up in the penultimate corner in the 199.
Ooh, boy, now it's off on his joker
rips
lap.
the handbrake in the joker in front of Ragster. Ragster takes the spot. Martel jokers. They come out battling. Palacio in the 83. Wow.
Magnus had a big moment. He looked a little scared. He's really trying to right that ship on braking. It really just wants to rotate so hard. There's a lot of front left damage on there, and you can just see it. He's just fighting so hard to keep it straight.
So no jokers for the top two, but McFarlane is pulling away. He was a second and a half faster than Clog that last time around. Betty got one joker out of the way. Will he take a second? He won't. Ragster's got one. Magnus is all over the track, nearly into Ragster in the 5.
Oh boy. And I'm looking at the timings right now, and Martel's just dodging people, and he's kind of sitting pretty. He's got his strategy out of the way. He might be in 7th, but from my count, he's in striking distance to it. Maybe get a podium here.
All over the back of the 26.
By Magnus right here. Magnus.
As we ride on board Francois car number 1, I can tell you, as the other car number 1 in Rallycross, this is not what you want to do.
No.
I took my jokers the first 2 laps, just like he did, and you think it's a great idea, and then you come out in traffic.
And
yes.
Really wide is Magnus, and he gives up a lot of time here. A little bit of a bump draft.
So
Magnus
Martel
runs off on his joker.
Let's get an update on the running order. McFarlane and Clog have not jokered. Ragster leads the brigade of cars that have. Betty just finished his strategy. Martel comes out behind his former teammate.
Yep, and it looks like a Betty. Look at that. Strategy's complete. So he's stuck behind a Betty right now.
3 laps to go for McFarlane. Clog pulls his first strategy. So where will he come out in relation to his teammate Ragster? No contest for the man from Maryland against the man from California.
And Evan's just driving away with it. I mean, I know him and Clog have both not taken their jokers, but like Evan's got a 7.5
Clog
second
took one.
lead.
Clog just took one.
Just took
in the
one.
199. Yes, sir.
That explains the giant gap.
So McFarlane pulling away. Teammates battling, Ragster and a Betty. This is for a podium spot, and Ragster into the tires. He has one joker left, and Betty's done with his strategy. So McFarlane jokers now. Where will he come out? Oh, gosh, he's going to have that lead over Clog. We'll have to see Clog strategy again. And people still look at me after 11 years. They look at me sideways. They're like, why do you have 2 jokers? Joker merge between the teammates of Betty and Clog. Clog's got nearly into the gantry. He saves it in the 199, but there's got to be right rear damage on that car.
Oh, front right damage, absolutely, when he smoked it there. Now he's
so now 3 Pudgy's cars are going to be battling for the podium. And what happens if they run into each other? Ragster's got a joker left, Clog and a Betty battling. And Evan loves this.
Just to be a team player, Ragster has to take his joker and just kind of...
Very wide in the final corner for McFarlane. I thought he was going to end up in the wall. So, 2 laps to go. McFarlane, does he have that delta?
No.
8 seconds over a Betty.
8 seconds.
He's got 1 joker.
Yeah, he definitely
He's getting a little sloppy. That's just my concern. Yes, you've got the gap, but if you get a little sloppy too much, it's going to end up not in a good thing for you.
This is a track where mistakes happen very easily. Goes off and finishes his strategy here, so we're going to find out. To me, it looks like he's got all the time in the world.
Oh, he might, maybe. We'll have to see. White flag, Trevor McFarlane holds the lead.
All the time.
A Betty, Clog, Martel, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. As Ragster had to joker, Palacio and Angie, and Oakenhaug in the back of the field.
Martel's just hoping for a mistake now if he wants a podium. Josh Clog, a lot of front right damage on that car still from that gantry hit.
If I was the rest of the field, I'd be kind of terrified at this pace. Evan McFarlane survived the Night Rider. He won the restart in Sonoma. He rounds the final corner after switching teams. Win number 2 for the young man from California. McFarlane wins ahead of a Betty in 2nd. Clog on the podium in 3rd. As best of the rest, Martel stuck in traffic for car number 1. Ragster comes home in 5th. 6th will be Palacio. 7th, Angie. And 8th is Magnus as he crashes in the dirt. What a race. What a night.
What a night is right. It's just been excitement from every heat to LCQ to feature. Just absolutely putting on a show.
Just to give you guys an idea that McFarland was pushing still out there at the end, he ran his fastest lap on the white flag.
How appropriate.
Unbelievable.
How appropriate.
Unbelievable. On a, I should note, that's on a Joker runoff. But still, very, very impressive indeed. The young man just poised to win a championship. And that's the reason why OSS went after this driver, and we grabbed him in and made that partnership with KAS Industries, and we wanna keep the inclusivity real. And yeah, what a great performance! Wow.
As
Solid win.
I'm going to personally step aside for a moment so I can handle both spreadsheets that I have to fill out. So we're going to bring in, actually, we already interviewed because none of them made it. So we already had that interview. So yeah, there's technically no sportsman winner in the feature, at least. So we're going to bring in, Clog left. So I guess we'll have a chat with Alex Abetti.
Yep.
Cody Erdmann, Alex Abetti, all yours.
Hey there, Alex. You got us?
Yes, sir.
Congratulations on getting P2 there in your Fiesta. Kind of talk us through your race and what was able to get you there.
I messed up the quality a little bit. I messed it up a little bit. So I was in a kind of rough spot, and yeah, everything was good in the race except for the start. But I gained up, and when Sabian in front of me lost so much time, it helped me up a little bit. But thankfully, Judge Clock made a little bit room. So I have the P2. I think my pace was decent, and I'm pretty happy.
How does it feel to be battling out there with a bunch of your teammates, kind of battling for the podium? Is there any no? Obviously, in the beginning of the season, I'm guessing no team orders there.
No, there are no team orders, but we are very good with each other, and we try to race each other clean. And there's no team order.
Absolutely, you guys put on a great battle there for P2 and 3 on the podium. Who'd you like to thank to you there?
Yeah, I would like to thank Pudgy's Racing, especially Steve Angie, Sabian Rexter, who have messed up the start a little bit, Josh Locke and Marcus, and the guys at Team Gold. Yeah.
Absolutely, and hopefully we'll see you again on the podium in Brands Hatch.
I hope so. See you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
As we bring in Evan McFarland here, Josh Clog says no interview. He's got a little one that I think decided against it tonight. So we got Evan in here. Evan McFarland, what a race tonight! I'm gonna take this one actually from you, Cody. What was going through your head? You just kind of got out early. You took your jokers late. Didn't really get into too much trouble. Just an all-around great night tonight. How talk us through your evening? Was it just hot laps for you, or?
I mean, what can I say? They don't know me, son. Yeah. I don't know. I guess I was just try to stay concentrated. Do some strategy with Francois, and yeah, overall went good. I mean, I had a little bit messy heat too. I got into Rackster. I tried to get under him twice, but ran into him a little bit. So I'd like to say sorry for that. But
I mean, I was standing up and jumping around, so I thought it was exciting.
Yeah, I try to give him a bump, but he got out of the grip and just things didn't go well. But yeah, I don't know. It's just hot laps, I guess. I mean, I was practicing a lot for this. I was pretty confident coming in. I mean, yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm just really excited.
No, fantastic. I would kind of expected a great performance from you tonight. You have the world record, if I'm not mistaken, in 2 cars for this track, right? The qualifying records.
Yeah, 35.815 in the Fiesta and 35.7 in the Subaru. So
I knew it was a 35.7. Okay, I mentioned it on broadcast, so I was right. Yeah, that's just fantastic. Great drive tonight, Evan. Anyone you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, well, obviously, I'd like to thank Overwatch Specialty Service for being the factory sponsor of this team. Justin Robichaud, great guy, my team owner, as well as Mario Bafonte Jr. at KS Industries, my teammates Francois Martel, Matthew Lindy. He didn't have the best race today in contenders, but I know he's got a chance. Robbie Lareal, Fluid Logic, True Speed, and yeah, that's it.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Evan. Have a great night. Bask in this win, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
I am honestly speechless as to what we watched tonight. Let's get some confirmation on our results here, just really quickly, unofficially, in the Scottish Grand Prix. Evan McFarlane wins over Alex Abetty, Josh Klog, rounding out the podium. Francois Martel, Savian Ragster, Marcos Palacio, Steve Angie, and Magnus Okenhaug in 8th, last car in the feature. I confused myself because I've been so crazily overwhelmed with everything that's been happening tonight. Cody Winnecki won Sportsman, even though he did not make the feature. I know words are very hard for me, apparently, but it was Winnecki, Crosgrove, and Grove who made that podium in Sportsman. And Ament and Peterson, after that huge crash on the front straightaway. Points, if we could take a look, I think we might have a graphic for it. We'll take a look at those unofficially. Evan McFarlane, that can't be right. He doesn't have 53 points. He'll have 28. So I think our points are a little broken as Bryan begins to laugh. So as they're on the sports car spreadsheet. So it's a little broken internally, but we'll get it fixed. So we can just take that out of the way. McFarlane 28, Abetty 23, Martel with 18. Why did Klog not win? I don't know what's happening. My spreadsheet's also broken as well. Welcome to NASA Sim Racing. So let's take a look at a couple of programming notes before we say goodnight. Remember, our second round in NASA Rallycross Lights will be Sunday the 15th. That'll be at Brands Hatch. Victor Valley in the production truck. Jared Lott alongside whoever we can find. So if you'd like to help us out, asntvUSA.com would be pretty cool. Round 2 of the Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge, Contenders and Supercars, both classes. That'll be at Brands Hatch October 16th. Bryan Sawyer in the production truck. Justin Robichaud next to me. My name is Josh Mertz. We'll have Cody Erdmann in the studio as well. And the Woven by Toyota NASA Sports Car Challenge. Crazy to believe that there's only 3 races left in that championship. The 8th round at Sonoma. That'll be next Thursday, the 19th, on ASN Live. Lights and sports cars, 9 p.m. Eastern. Rallycross, 8 p.m. Eastern here on ASN Live. Just a reminder, the NASA Rallycross Challenge is brought to you by Overwatch Specialty Service. The only thing more unique than your problem is our solution. For more information, visit osscentre.com. Thank you so much to Rob Hartland for your continued enhanced support of NASA Sim Racing. Our coverage on ASN also brought to you by NordVPN. For up to 63% off a 2-year plan, visit nordvpn.com/ASNTVUSA. Thirdly, our cameras for the entire season provided by TrackCams22.com. And finally, our intro music was produced by our very own Alex Abetty. If you like what you see, be sure to like and subscribe to the Automotive Sports Network. And if you'd like to race, all the info is at nasasimracing.com. We'll get a couple final thoughts. We'll start out with Cody Erdmann, go to Justin, and I'll close it out.
Absolutely amazing round 1 here. Things kind of started off a little bit slow, but, well, in the contenders, I will say. Things started off insane here with Heat 1 of the supercars. So, great racing. Ton of respect there in the feature for the supercars. Super clean start. Everyone kind of gave each other just enough room. And congratulations to Evan McFarlane to get the first race win of the season and see if he can go back to back.
And Justin?
Oh, I'm still kind of in shock, to be honest. I'm like my jaw. I'm having to hold it up off the floor, and like I'm not supposed to hold more than a certain amount of weight from surgery. So this might not be good for recovery, but just wow, I'm in shock. Just fantastic. I think splitting up the divisions was a long time coming. The smaller races very clearly elevate the excitement factor. People have more room. I think people feel more comfortable to do moves now that they have the space. Maybe the laps be adjusted. I think I'll mention that off camera, but I'll say that officially. I think maybe they're a bit too long. But overall, wow, dude, that's really my TLDR of it is wow.
I know I agree with the laps, so we'll publicly say it. We'll probably shorten the heats in the semifinals, maybe by a lap. It did seem a bit long, but I won't go on a full old man tangent, and I know I say this, every week, but the fact that 11 years ago, almost 12 now in July of next year, that we were scrambling to get 4, 5 cars if we were lucky. 5's the minimum for a NASA race, and I could tell you there's probably 10 races out of that history that we had to scrape together 5 cars. Cody will agree. So it's crazy that we had 15 and then 11. So that's quick math. What is that? 26 off the top of my head to go across 2 divisions.
20 last night.
Yeah.
Yes. So
seriously, in a whole nother division on top of that. So like that's three different series right there. But I mean, the fact that we've got about a dozen on average, like over a dozen on average in each series, and we've got 3 if you want to split this up and count it as 2, it's very fruitful. And yeah, considering you're scraping 5, how about we have 12 on like consistent with just like layers of just racecraft and ability and speed. So it's awesome. It's going to be a wicked season.
So the checkered flag falls on the evening. From all of us at the Automotive Sports Network, from Jess Rakowski, Victor Valley, Jared Lott, Chad Irvine, Philip Kraus, Justin Robichaud, Cody Erdmann, and Bryan Sawyer, my name is Josh Mertz. We hope you enjoyed today's coverage of the Overwatch Specialty Service NASA Rallycross Challenge tonight from Knockhill. We congratulate our Contenders Series winner, Cody Crosgrove, Sportsman winner, Cody Winecki, and Supercars winner, Evan McFarland. Be sure to join us Sunday for lights, but until then, so long, everyone.